if I could blow wide open this idea that creativity is a limited thing, a limited supply, or limited to certain people or certain professions, I would take a stick of dynamite and I would shove it up that belief.
Can we improve our creativity muscle, and if so, how? Because this is a question that arises many, many times. And
absolutely.
if somebody considers themselves, I'm not creative, like being not creative, so what to do then,
Okay, well, the first step that I would take in that instance, is to reframe and imagine what creativity actually is, because clearly if you think you're not creative, then you have a very limited understanding of what creativity is. So that would always be a first step for me. And in many cases, what we do is we actually backtrack a little bit to see, okay, so who did you think were the creative people? Who were the Mary O'Briens with the dots on the knees in your class? And who, what was it about them that, what did people say to them? What was it that you were doing at that time that, that didn't get that response? Was it the response that somebody else gave you that limited your sense of your own abilities and your own creativity?
So we're talking about the limiting beliefs.
We are a little bit. We
are bringing this baggage, and we need to open that bag. And then when we open that bag, we understand, and maybe we can decide now that, hey, I don't need that bag, because actually...
Exactly. Yeah, this is what I call the bag of rocks. And, we've done this exercise so many times because all of these little things that have gone in there have added up. And they do amount to this weight on what, your creativity should be soaring. It for all of us, it should be soaring. But, when you've got this bag of rocks that you didn't even know you had, weighing it down, then it's very hard for that to happen.
Yeah.
And
again, what happens after that if you put that down?
So then understanding what it actually takes to develop the creativity, because creativity can sometimes be an inspirational, one-off idea. But if you are looking to actually build your, I guess, creative resilience, that is the thing that takes time. That is the thing that this 10,000 hours quote that goes around, or that I don't think is necessarily the right number or anything like it, but it's about being able to be persistent. I would definitely recommend Angela Duckworth's book Grit, which I keep recommending for people to understand that it's not just God-given talent. This idea that this goes way back. This goes back so much further. It's not this idea that we are either touched by creativity or we're not,
I'm totally with you on that. Totally with you.
So that's something that we have to acknowledge, that this is not just part of the limiting beliefs. This is a cultural belief as well, that, little Johnny, he was always so talented. But the thing is that little Johnny probably was encouraged by his parents. He was probably given a lot of free time to pursue that interest. He may have had other people in his family who knew about it and were able to teach him. So, it's not all just about that you spring fully formed as this creative individual. It is quite often to do with what you saw around you and how you picked up on those resources too. And again, even within a family, you may have one sibling who does draw on all of that and go on to be the typical creative, whereas you may have, the other one who just kind of eschews all that and goes into something that's not seen as typically creative, but, can do it very creatively because they have the creative thinking skills.
Yes, exactly.
And that's important too.
That is not seen, so that is not perceived, right? Mm-hmm. As you touched on the society and so on. Yeah.